Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to review the Western Mountaineering Sycamore down sleeping bag. If you're not familiar with Western Mountaineering, they really do have the reputation of making some of the finest sleeping bags in the world. They're very expensive, but they're flawless and they're guaranteed for life. This bag here is a 3-season bag, or at least Western Mountaineering designates it as a 3-season bag. It's rated to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 4 degrees Celsius. This is a semi-rectangular style bag, and as you can see, it's really wide at the foot box section, and it's pretty wide at the top too. So this is my bag. I'm not sponsored by Western Mountaineering or anything. I bought this with my own money. So I have the 6-foot model. This is the only 6-foot bag that I have from Western Mountaineering. And if I had it to do over again, I would have got the 6'6", because it really doesn't leave you any room at all. I'm about 5'10", 5'10 and a half, and I sleep on my side. And when you sleep on your side, your foot kind of points to the bottom as opposed to pointing straight up if you're lying on your back. And that's just a little too much. So my toes can touch the bottom, compress the bottom. They don't always do. But just a heads up, if you're kind of on the edge of whether to get a long or a regular, I'd go with the long, because they just don't give you any extra room. And they say 6 foot, it's 6 foot from the top of this hood down to the bottom of the foot box. So anyways, this bag has got an advertised loft of 5 inches. I've had this bag overfilled, and it's got about 5.5 inches of loft in it. This bag utilizes Western Mountaineering's continuous baffle design, and I'll show you what that's about. I want to start by saying that they use a number 5 YKK coil zipper, and it's really nice. They put stiffener tape right here next to the zipper, and they put it right here next to the zipper on the bottom, so that when you zip this up, you can't snag on the inside fabric. So it's really nice to zip, really nice smooth operating zipper. Coil zipper. It doesn't have teeth on it. So that's a really nice zipper. And then when you get to the bottom of the bag, being a semi-rectangular bag, is that this zipper will terminate, and then there's another zipper that goes across the bottom. Oops, excuse me. There's another zipper that goes across the bottom of the bag. And you can actually unzip these completely. Unzip that completely, and you can open this up like a comforter. So in summer applications, when it's just a little too warm out, you can open this thing up at night and just lay it across you or you and your partner, and it would be awesome. So it has a continuous baffles, which means the down is allowed to flow freely from one zipper to the next. All this down is uninterrupted. So you can shift this down depending upon what kind of night you're sleeping in. If it's going to be really cold out, you can take all the down that's on the bottom of the bag and force it to the top side of the bag. I'll just get these zippers started again. They're really easy to work with. They really are. You're not going to be fighting them. So now we've got a lot of tall loft on the top here. It's really puffy. This is going to keep you warm at 25 degrees. It's not like it's 25. You're going to be warm at 25 degrees in this bag. So this comes from Western Mountaineering's microfiber series of sleeping bags. The outer shell is made of a polyester microfiber material. It's a ripstop, and it weighs about 1.2 ounces per square yard. It's got over 400 threads per inch of very tightly woven fabric, and it gets its water repellency from that. And they do spray a DWR finish on there to further enhance its water repellency. Now I've got to say, this isn't very water repellent. I have bags that have the Gore Windstopper outer shell fabric, also known as Gore Infinium. Now that stuff really protects you from water. This is just a mild, just has a mild water repellency to it, in my opinion, or in my measure. So once again, this is a semi-rectangular design sleeping bag. It's got a zipper that goes across the bottom. It's wider than a mummy bag. In the shoulders, it's 64 inches in circumference. At the waist, it's 59 inches in circumference. And at the foot box, it's 46 inches in circumference. It's a big, roomy bag. If you like more room, if you're a side sleeper like I am, or you just are a bigger person and you need that space, this is a great option. I'm a side sleeper. I like to put one leg over the other, not full Captain Morgan style, but I do need some room in this area here, and that's why I prefer the semi-rectangular bags. The bag itself weighs 2 pounds in the 6-foot model. It weighs 2 pounds 2 ounces in the 6'6" model. This has got 17 ounces down in it in the 6-foot model. The feature that this bag does not have that I wish it did is a down-filled collar. Now the Mega Light from Western Mountaineering is rated to 30 degrees. They put a passive top collar in that bag so that when you get in it and cinch it up, that top collar is going to wrap around your neck and keep drafts from coming in to your bag and keeping the warm air in your bag. This doesn't have any sort of collar. So for me, although the bag itself could keep me warm, well below 25 degrees, I think, I just don't get the level of, I just don't get any ceiling of the bag where I can isolate my body from my head and neck. So the one downfall of this bag, in my opinion, is that they could have put at least a top collar, passive collar in there like they do in the Mega Light. Now this bag I haven't used that much. I've owned it for a few years, but it really is a temperature range that I just don't do a lot of camping in. It really works great as a 2-season bag for my wife. But I've slept in it several times. It's plenty warm at 20 degrees for me. It's amazing. Now, Western Mountaineering's down is 850 plus fill power per cubic inch. But by their own admission, it's really specs out at over 900 cubic inch per ounce fill power. I wanted to show you guys how this thing packs down. They provide you with this 8x15 size small Western Mountaineering stuff sack. And we're going to stuff it in there. Now, people have got different ways to stuff down sleeping bags, but I use the way that I learned from North Face's catalog in 1974. I leave it unzipped a little bit at the top. I grab up the foot box and I wad it up like that. And then I take that ball and I shove it down into the bottom of the stuff sack. Yeah, right. That. And then I just start stuffing, turning it. I just couldn't get the leverage on top of the sleep pad. I had to move to the ground to get some leverage, but it fits down in there pretty easily. 8x15, 2 pounds for the 6-foot model, 2 pounds 2 ounces for the 6'6" model. And Western Mountaineering also provides you with this 20 by 30 storage sack. Now I think at one time Western Mountaineering made different size stuff sacks, storage sacks for different models, but in all the models we've bought, they're all the same size, about this size, 20 by 30. Now, one thing I want to say about that is most manufacturers say we include a storage sack so that the bag can remain lofted. Well, it's somewhat lofted. It's marginally lofted, in my opinion. A fully lofted bag is a bag that's either hanging or, even more preferable, lying down. I don't have the room for all of that. I don't want to put it under my bed. I got too many bags to put under my bed, and they get dusty, nasty. So I do put them in the storage sacks, but I frequently pull them out, let them loft, move them around, fluff them up before putting them back in. So just to leave it in a storage sack for a year or more, I don't think that's great, because they're not lofted, they're partially lofted. So anyways, I'm going to take this back out of the stuff sack. It really wasn't as hard as I made it look, but it was slipping on this pad, and this pad was slipping on the top. My brain was slipping, so I had to bring it to the ground for some leverage. But it gets in there pretty easy. You could compress it down further. I mean, in a compression sack, you could get that half that size easy. Space and weight aren't really much of an issue for me in the style of camping that I do. But it is nice to have a lightweight compressible bag, certainly if you're doing 3-season backpacking. Now you notice the inside of the bag is black, which really facilitates in drying out the bag in the morning. You can put it outside the tent, and even if it isn't sunny out, those solar rays will hit that black material and help dry out the down faster. Really pleased with the outer shell material. It's a little disappointing in the lack of water repellency, but the breathability is phenomenal. I mean, it breathes really well. I've slept in temperatures at, I think, 17 or 13 or something like that. I'm used to sleeping in temperatures lower than the rating in my Western Mountaineering sleeping bags, because they just are so conservatively rated. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. This is the Western Mountaineering Sycamore down sleeping bag. So this is just another phenomenal bag by Western Mountaineering. I noticed that they did not put the craft person's name inside this bag. It's not sewn down here like most of their bags are. It's not attached to the foot box section, so I don't know who made this bag. But they did a good job, whoever it was. It's available in this color outer shell. I noticed in the viewfinder on the camera that it looked a little orange, and that's pretty sick. And I don't mean it's sick in a good way. I'm not really partial to the color red, but this is a decent red. They call it cranberry. That's okay. It's not like fire engine red. But that's not why you buy a sleeping bag for, anyways. It's the least used of all my Western Mountaineering sleeping bags, but it's not because it's not a good bag. Western Mountaineering has a few 3-season bags. Now, the most popular one is the Alpenlight. And this may initially look like one because it's got the same color outer shell, but it's not. This is a full semi-rectangular style sleeping bag. It can be opened up as a comforter if that's what you need. It's real versatile. It's just another good bag from Western Mountaineering. So if you're in the market for a 3-season bag, kind of on the light end of 3-season, and you need a little extra room, this is a good one to check out. So if you like this little review, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that. I'll continue to bring you more videos on Western Mountaineering sleeping bags and other stuff that I use in winter camping, as well as take you on trips. So until next video, stay safe out there and have fun.